Hello and welcome to the warehouse, my ibby shibbies. I'm Brad, aka your Drama Queen 1014, and we are here going live actually for a recap review for episode 4, season 11 of Rupaul's Drag Race. So I'm doing a little different today, and I'm here with my doggy. So there's been some crazy shit going on in my life, and I have been fairly busy, and editing takes forever. Long story short, my mom, if you guys don't know this, passed away August 13th of 2017, so it's still fairly recent. I'm going through one of the biggest family feuds ever because of it. I didn't think that phrase, death changes people, even family, would apply to me, but who am I to say that I'm special, right? So I'm going through a huge family feud, which involves a bunch of research and blah blah blah, yada yada, back and forth fighting. Then we're dealing something with our annoying neighbors downstairs. Someone has been calling the cops on them, and they put a restraining order on my freaking fiance because they think he called the cops. So, and work, and honestly, editing takes a long time for me for the episodes, since I'm fairly new to editing, and when I recap an episode, it takes me quite a while. But I will be doing the runway still, the Goob and Noob, my own version of Toot and Boot, because those videos do not take long to record nor edit. So, shall we start with episode 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race season 11? Let's do it. Okay, so I literally have watched the episode once, which was Thursday night, and I'm basically going off of what I remember from the episode. So bear with me now, because I might get a little things mixed up or out of order. So here we go. So we come back into the workroom for the next day. We have a mini challenge where the queens have to do a kind of a newscast like Rachel Maddow, sorry. I don't know how to pronounce her name because I don't know who she is really. I just found out about her not too long ago. So I believe her name is Rachel Maddow. And so basically they had to bring their most, like her, to the challenge. And they had to read from a teleprompter, is basically what Rachel Maddow does for a living. It's kind of like, I guess what you can say is a weekend update from SNL, but serious what she does. But it's kind of, it's liberal and funny, even though it's serious. So they had to do something like that, read from a teleprompter, and some of these girls were fucking so funny because they couldn't, I don't know what Ms. Vanjie was talking about, fucking I don't even know what word she was saying, Mona. She's a drag queen, how did she not know sophisticated? Anyway, so it was really funny. Scarlett honestly killed it. Nina was doing really fun, did a really good job because she brought a little bit of comedy to it. Honestly, I can't remember who. I believe Sugar Cane was doing a pretty okay job too. Silky Ganache, we all saw that. She couldn't freaking get, fucking. Oh, I'm sorry, my mouth got a little dry here. And there are dogs coming, and my dog's getting a little bit too excited. Anyway, so Silky could not pronounce Colonel. We got Colonel, I think, or Conal, something like that. Which is kind of weird. Like, she knew it was KFC, so whatever. We all know she's here for TV. It's just getting a little annoying. Then we get back afterwards and we find out that Scarlett is the winner. And I believe she should have won. Yeah, absolutely. I think she did a good job. She killed that challenge, honestly. And Rue explains that since she is the winner, she has to cast the Rusical this year, which is going to be a Trumpsicle. A Trump... a Trump musical in the style of Grease. Now, Scarlett won, so she got to cast, like I said. And pretty much it was about the women in Trump's life. Since he's kind of been famous, or a million billionaire or whatever, a rich socialite, to pretty much now, the women who have been in their lives. So they're going around and they're casting, and Scarlett wants to cast Silky as Oprah. Now, of course, that does come off a little stereotypical, but honestly, like, Oprah is a very energetic, bubbly, loud person, and honestly, that is Silky. So it's not even because she was big or because the color of her skin. Had nothing to do with that. It had absolutely, I get where they were coming from. It had absolutely everything to do with how Silky is and her personality, and it benefited her obviously because, you know, hello, she won the goddamn challenge. Right? She won the challenge, right? Or was it Scarlett? I can't remember, but she was in the top. I know that. So I don't know why she complained. Again, I know she's here for TV, so she's going to take every chance she gets to say something about something. So they cast, and again, I don't really know a lot of these people, like how they are in real life. Like all the ex-wives and these political people. I don't really follow politics all that much unless it's like scandals or, again, true crime, because that's what I really follow. And it's just a mess right now with the whole 45 and his scandal, that there's just too much going on right now to actually dive into research and trials and all that, because it's still too fresh, it's unresolved, so stories are going to be manipulated here and there. So I'd rather do this whole scandal when it's over. Hopefully it fucking ends soon. Just went off on a tangent there, sorry. So, they cast the Rusical. Everybody seems like a good fit, pretty much. Then we get the rehearsal with a choreographer, and I'm really, really sorry I forgot his name. I want to say what his name is. I think it's like Giannis. I'm probably wrong. But he is a fucking fabulous choreographer, has choreographed for Beyonce and others. So basically they're like showing him doing this pretty intricate choreography as they're walking in, and they're just like, oh shit. And he's all like, so you guys are gonna do one of the most hardest choreography of Drag Race to date. So they're going through the choreography, and I just want to point out that a lot of that choreography that was shown in rehearsal was not what we saw in the edit of the Rusical. That was really confusing, because I was looking forward to someone really missing some of those steps that they kept missing in the rehearsal that wasn't shown in the final edit of the musical. So basically, Raja shoots herself in the foot and says, I'm a dancer, I was trained in this and that. Brooklyn pretty much was all like, I have X amount of years training in ballet, and she busts out some moves, and Giannis is like, oh, nice pas de bourrée, nice kickball chain, etc. And Raja's kind of getting like jealous, like, oh, blah, 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 show and tell. So she shoots herself in the foot because once they start getting to the choreography, Raja can't get it down. And now she's all like, well, this was 15 years ago, my experience, when the choreographer was calling her out saying, where's all that years of experience and training? Oh, that was 15 years ago. Okay, is this season like the season of fucking excuses? Like, for real though. What the fuck? The season of excuses. Okay, so basically, the choreography is shown. They go back into the workroom to get ready, and we get a couple moments. First, we get a moment with Nina and saying how when she was in college that she was in the Republican Party. I believe she still might be. Same as Silky. We'll get to that in a second. It sounds like, if you haven't seen it, the episode yet, which you should be watching that instead of me, but it's not as bad as you think. So because of where Nina went to school, and she was part of a lot of political parties in her school, a lot of people gay bashed her and did a lot of nasty things to her. And she was afraid because one time they had carved faggot in her dorm room door, and these people called her, say, we're gonna come up and kill you, all this stuff. And it got so bad that she had to stay in a sorority or a girl's house, I believe, until everything died down. Now, this all happened around the time that Matthew Shepard, that event went down. If you don't know that, long story short, is a gay man. Matthew Shepard was reeled in by straight men in I believe a bar, restaurant, and they were trying to pretty much lure him in for sex. But basically they were tricking him, because what they did was capture him, tie him to, I believe, some kind of fence, barbed wire or something like that, or a wood fence with barbed wire on it, and beat him to death. Now, Nina was in college when this happened. I was in high school when this happened. I actually had done a report on it in one of my, I believe it was one of my history classes, because we were doing current event papers, like, because we would have to do like a week of history, current events, and then or not current events, I'm sorry, historical events, and then we had to do like current events. So we had to like switch off every week, which I thought it was interesting because it made like the research more fun to do, because you're not just sitting there researching the same like time period or something like that. So you get to flip flop between eras, which is nice. You know, as someone with ADD who gets not much bored per se, but I lose train of thought very easily. It's nice for me. That was a good tool for me, at least, to present that kind of thing. So I understood where she was coming from, because luckily I grew up where I grew up, a very, I guess you could say, blue state. Yeah, I live in a blue state. A lot of people are open and stuff like that. However, this was around the time when homosexuality was becoming into light and everything like that. So, and becoming more acceptable. So I was a little scared, just a little bit. I did get picked on a lot. I did get, unfortunately, beat up and bashed by some people in middle school and high school myself for being gay. I never admitted it. I only admitted it to my friend Candace and a couple others. Anyways, fucking tangent. So back to the show. Nina reveals that to light, and she's pretty much saying that she does drag because she wants to be a voice. She wants to advocate, pretty much be a pioneer for young gay people. She wants to send a message saying, look, I went through this. You are probably going to go through this, but it's okay. You know, there's safe places, there's safe havens, there's places you can go, people you can reach out to and talk to. So I thought that was really important for them to insert that. And then we get also Mercedes opening up about her Muslim religion. Now, I had mentioned in a previous video that I respect her decision, whether or not she wants to use this platform to talk about her religion or not. I respect her decision if she did it or not. I respected her decision last week when she didn't want to talk about it, and I respect her decision even more this week for opening up and talking about it, because I'm sure there are a lot of similar people, kids, teenagers, that are Muslim as well, you know, pretty much has the same story as her. Maybe not be a drag queen, but I feel like it's important to bring that to light because we can't be living in a time of fear anymore. And I feel like people should be who they are, without any reservations or any questions or any dirty looks or second glances. But it is what it is now, and that's just how it is. But I feel the more people come onto television or movies or social media, or in your households, I feel like it's important to open up these doors to people so they can understand. Also, bring people in those same situations, help them out if they're going through some traumatic experience or going through the same thing, being like, look, I'm gay, but I don't want to be open about it. They might be living unhappy lives because they're gay inside and they can't admit it because of their religion. But I felt and I respected that she opened up saying, look, I respect my religion, but I'm still gay, but it's still my religion. And that's really cool. And still practice your religion. You guys can still practice your religion. Don't let anybody tell you not to practice anything. That is not their place to tell you. That is your place. That is your own personal relationship with God, and nobody can interfere with that. And I'm not Christian. I'm actually agnostic, and I have my own relationship with the higher power, and I'm comfortable with it. That's just who I am. I know that there's some kind of higher power. We're here for a reason, obviously. So I have my own type of relationship, you know, and you guys should too, and practice it, whether or not you go to church or temple or mosque. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do that stuff to connect with your higher power or your God. Anyways, another tangent, moving along. So we get these really awesome moments in my mind. I'm like, finally some juicy like emotional stuff. Now we've had some emotional stuff so far, but like this one was pretty, these ones were more intense because I had to deal with religion. I had to deal with an event that went on with Matthew Shepard and Nina trying to be a pioneer and advocate for our community, which is. So we get to the runway. Rue walks out looking pretty cute. I believe it was that cotton candy looking dress, right? She looks fucking gorgeous. She looks so yummy. She kind of looked like taffy. Yes. It kind of made me want some cotton candy. Anyways, so she comes out. She introduces the judges, which are Michelle Visage, Ross Matthews, Tiffany New York Pollard, if I mispronounce that, I'm sorry, and Joel, I can't remember his last name. His name is Joel McSomething. He's on a show called Community. He used to be on another show where he did like kind of like a ridiculous show where they show like clips, kind of like America's Funniest Home Videos, something like that, but not like that. I can't remember what the show is called, but I do know that he's been a fan of Drag Race, because I remember those clip shows. Some of them would show Drag Race, so I was excited to see him there because he is a straight ally, and we need more straight allies, straight men allies. We have plenty. I'm not saying we don't want more. We definitely want more allies. We love our women allies, our straight women allies. We love you guys, but we need more straight men on board. We need more straight allies, and we need more straight just people in general to be our allies. So it's nice to see a straight male ally. And so the Trump Rusical comes on again. I don't really know some of these people except his ex-wife. and the one that he's married to now. So I'm vaguely like know of Kellyanne Conway and Sarah Huckabee, like just vaguely. I just know them from pictures. I don't go on Facebook and no more. So I haven't been on Facebook in a while. So I don't really get news on that shit because I just don't go on Facebook. Honestly, if you guys are thinking about leaving Facebook, do it. I feel so much mentally healthier from being off of Facebook. It's just like, it's so refreshing to be off of Facebook. I kept Messenger to keep in contact with people, but it's so nice to stay off of, to not go on Facebook. I just had to get rid of my profile. So, we get the musical, and it's amazing. It's actually one of the best musicals that we've had so far, even though I hate fucking Trump. I'm sure a bunch of people can relate to me. Are 45. I want to tell you what I call him. I call him Trumple Thin Skin when I refer to him. Anyway, so the musical is actually good. Now I'm going to, because I didn't really know of the characters all that quite well, I'm just going to say who stood out to me in a good and bad way. Now, before the judgment came, I of course thought Evie Oddly was doing a good job because she was giving all those facials, you know, the whole facial, you know, getting into it. Sorry, there's a dog coming. I just lost train of thought. I want to make sure he's okay. We're good. So she was doing everything with her facial expressions. Her choreography was... going on another tangent, since we learned a lot of things about the makeup room with Nina and Mercedes, we learned that Evie Oddly has a physical condition. I cannot remember what it's called, but it's where her joints are like super flexible but can break really easy. So I really thought that was really awesome that she brought that to light to let them know, because honestly, safety is first when it comes to your body, no matter if you're on a TV show or whatnot. Like, you should always take care of you, and the number one, take care of yourself first. So she's like, yo, I'm gonna be doing this choreography, like, not I want to land softly when I hit the floor, or if I have to like twist certain ways, I want to take my time with it right now in rehearsal, because I don't want to, you know, come out and hurt myself. So it was really nice that she said that. And honestly, this is the only excuse that was not an excuse to me, because all the other excuses that have come to me have been excuse-like. Now, this wasn't an excuse, because when she came out and said this, she was still fucking wrecking the choreography and fucking killing it and fucking doing what she had to do, and wasn't using that excuse as a crutch. She still performed very fucking amazing during the actual performance. And I bet you anything, if they would have put her in the bottom, she would have not used her condition against her. I full-heartedly believe she wouldn't have. Okay, so the strong persons for me were, again, Evie. Who else was really strong for me? Obviously, Silky. She just embodied Oprah perfectly. She had the body movements, you know, the physicalities down too, which was really amazing, I thought. So I thought she did a good job. Who else did a good job? I can tell you who didn't do a good job. Plastique got lost to me in the performance. I completely forgot that she was there. I don't believe, and people can read me for this, but sorry, not sorry, I did not think fucking Scarlett did a great job at all. Were we watching the same program? Because she did not know her words at all. And honestly, all I got was, again, a dumb bimbo. Like she's been playing the last 2 weeks. I just had to get that off my chest. I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but go back and watch it. Like, she didn't know most of her words. And most of you knew, she kind of knew what to do, but she was like late or stumbling on the words. So I'm sorry, but I think she did not do a good job. Honestly, I don't know why Brooklyn was in the top other than her runway. I forgot who she was. Basically, she didn't bring any of those mannerisms of Ivanka to me. Since when did Ivanka start doing ballet and doing mannerisms like a white girl? Sorry, not sorry. I honestly don't know why they clocked Mercedes. She knew her words. She knew every single word. At least from what they showed in her edit. I believe there was like one thing she stumbled on, but like you can barely tell. I didn't understand why they clocked her for mannerisms, because how are you supposed to act like a sweet girl when a choreography is requiring you to be sexy? Like this. I don't know how you're supposed to play what's the word? Prudish, when the choreography is far from prude. So I believe Mercedes got fucked over. Oh yeah, Raja did a pretty bad job too. That was justified. Vanjie was Vanjie, not Rosie O'Donnell. I believe it should have been her and Raja, or her and Scarlett in my mind, to lip sync for their lives. Who else? Like I said, I haven't watched this since Thursday, so I'm trying to remember. Anyways, let's just get to the critiques. The runway was orange, finally. They were gonna do this for 2 seasons, but they never did. Finally, we get it, because why? It's a Trump relatable challenge. I would have loved to see an orange runway look when fucking last season was on, and the other season. I would have loved to see Nina Bonina Brown's fucking orange runway girl. Yes. Anyways, so I didn't agree with the critiques, as you can tell. Again, I thought fucking Scarlett, Raja, or Vanjie, they should have been lip syncing instead of Mercedes. In my mind, I don't feel Mercedes was the weakest. I don't feel like her runway was enough to make her lip sync. I don't know. That was my thoughts on that. I thought it was really fun when Joel was pretty much doing what I do at home, was like, yes, queen, yes, like excited. I don't know why Michelle was like all upset, because she gets into it when she gets excited, but like it's not okay. Now I don't know if they did that for editing purposes, to make it look like Michelle was annoyed, because at some point like it just looked like they were kind of fucking around with each other. They were taking pictures with each other on Insta and stuff like that afterwards and before and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think Michelle maybe got annoyed maybe at the very end, if he had been shouting the whole time. Like maybe one of those side eyes was genuine, but like I don't feel like she was honestly annoyed as much as they portrayed it. So Raja, Mercedes lip sync, I feel like they both, actually, you know what, Mercedes kind of was a little what's the word, a little somber. Raja did kind of kill it. I'm kind of confused why they're having men now to lip sync to, male artist songs when it's kind of looked down upon. For when Milk came down the runway looking as a man, some other people got red except for I can't remember her name, the one that played Little Richard during the Snatch game. Like, if they're gonna like let them lip sync, be acceptable lip sync to male artists, I think it should be acceptable to come down the runway and do a male and Snatch game without any reservations or hesitations of putting someone in the bottom for thinking out of the box. So Mercedes goes home. It might have been her time. I felt like she was gonna unfortunately go within the next couple episodes had she not opened up and improved during the challenges, which I honestly think she was a little robbed in this episode. But that's just me. I believe Raja should have been the one to go home tonight because like I said, or actually Scarlett. I'll talk about the runway again in another Goob and Noob video. What else is there to cover? What else? Oh, Joel's fucking fine. And I was living for him as a judge. We need him as a judge more often, and we also need Tiffany as a judge more often because they were just living for it. I'm loving these judges that they're getting this season, actually, like some of them, because they're like super excited and like they're getting into it, and it's like, oh my god, they're reacting like how I would react if I was there. Now, I believe that's it, really. What else can we talk about? Oh, I'm going to be starting another, not channel, but playlist for true crime, and I'm thinking of calling it True Crime Sundays with 1014. What do you guys think about that? And I'm not going to be delving into cases or trials like other YouTubers do, like super in depth. I'm just gonna kind of give my opinion on cases and trials and true crime. So it's basically more of a biased opinion playlist. I will try to be unbiased as much as I can, but it's really hard to do that when you walk into cases you've already watched or reviewed, just due to the nature that it takes me a while to edit the Rupaul videos for y'all. I'm probably going to be doing them live for editing's sake. I'm probably going to be doing a couple more episodes until the girls dwindle down to a smaller number. I'm probably going to do this. I'm probably going to go live about it because the editing takes forever to do again. So just for my sanity, I'm probably going to go live again until they dwindle down. And yeah, thanks for choosing The Warehouse. What did y'all think about episode 4? What did you guys think about this Rusical, the Trump Rusical? What did y'all think about the orange runway we finally got? What did y'all think about Joel and Tiffany as judges? I wanted to know. What do y'all think about me doing a true crime playlist on Sundays? Let me know. I'm really interested to find out. I just want to let you know. Thank you again for choosing The Warehouse. Sorry, I thought my dog was going to run off for a second again because the leash started pulling. I just want to let you guys know, thank you for choosing The Warehouse. Once again, I'm Brad, a.k.a. your Drama Queen 1014. And until next video, thanks my Ibby Shibbies for tuning in. Toodles.